morning. It's 5:30. Welcome to Montana This Morning. I'm Victoria Hill. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. And good morning to Miller and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Good morning, Lassie. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
All right. If you didn't join us earlier, she got her pot of gold earlier.
I did. My stimulus check is in the bank.
Think of me.
That was a nice, and I like your hat. I just now noticed your hat. So.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I got the bow tie too. I wasn't able to put it on. How do you like my bow tie?
Yeah, pretty nifty.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes with my eyes, I guess.
I like the double up on the tie.
You want me to try it? Wouldn't work too well on the green screen though. You could see right through me and see Billings right there, my Adam's apple. All right, speaking of Billings, let's take a live look across the city right now. It's not a bad start out there. I do want to point out that especially areas east of Yellowstone County, maybe a chance you could see some patchy fog as you're heading out for your morning commute. At the airport right now, 27, feels like 17. Humidity's at about 78% with that dew point at 21. So it's a bit sticky out there. Winds from the southwest at about 12 miles an hour. As we take a look at temperatures around the Horn right now, Reed Point at 25, Broadview at 25, Huntley at 25, Hardin at 20. We've got Cowley at 27, and down in Buffalo, we clock in at about 20 right now. A lot of sunshine today, just some clouds mixing in but going away. We are going to stay dry. You see a lot of 50s across the board this afternoon. We'll go 55 here in Billings with lots of wonderful sunshine to get us there. Call it the luck of the Irish, but beautiful weather all the way through Friday. And Friday, maybe 70-degree weather here in the Magic City. Not too bad.
No, that's exciting. Yeah. All right, Miller. Well, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to assembling your outfit there, and I'll get to the news.
Okay.
Thanks. We kick off our coverage with a major announcement from Governor Greg Gianforte. In exactly 2 weeks, all Montanans 16 and older will be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. The governor said this is the next logical step, and the state has achieved his main goal of getting vaccines to the most vulnerable population first. State leaders will take these next 2 weeks to work with local health departments and pharmacies to get them ready to dole out a higher volume of shots beginning April 1st. The governor says every person who gets the vaccine is helping get Montana back on track. COVID-19 was the third leading cause of death in the Treasure State in 2020. The virus is to blame for the loss of just over 1,100 Montanans last year. That's about 9% of total deaths. Heart disease and cancer took more Montana lives. Almost 75% of COVID-19 related deaths were residents 70 and older. Native Americans represented 18% of COVID-19 deaths, while making up only about 7% of the population. Overall, Montana reported a 14% increase in total deaths last year. And in 2020, chronic liver disease, homicide, and alcohol took a higher percentage of lives than in previous years. This was the first year on record more Montanans died than were born. Buying a business during the pandemic might seem like a risky venture, but two Billings women teamed up to do just that. And as I found out, they didn't just do it for their personal investment, but the investment their clients are able to make in themselves.
We got 9 stations. At each station there's 2 exercises.
Our workouts are kind of a HIIT workout. They're different every day, and then we incorporate weights and cardio and just quick little spurts of exercise, and best of both worlds, I guess.
It's those workouts that keep members at Fit 406 Boot Camp coming back for more, which is what made purchasing the gym so appealing.
Of course, when I found out we were going to probably purchase the gym, the first person I called was my sister. So that is my business partner, and that's who I went to right away. I was like, you want to do this with me? Because we're all in. And so she was like,
I didn't even hesitate. It was just like, yeah, this sounds great. Let's go for it.
The change in ownership happened at the end of an unpredictable year.
It weighed on our mind like, gosh, do you think we'll get shut back down? What will we do? You know, if that happens. We definitely had all those concerns, but we were just excited and hoping that we were going to keep moving forward.
That forward-moving progress is something they're seeing in their members too, even during the pandemic, while many Americans are reporting weight gain and a spike in mental health issues.
you can see them building that strength, and then where they weren't able to do a mountain climber, they're able to do a mountain climber now, and they get that confidence and ability to do that.
People that are healthier have a better chance of fighting not just COVID, but other illnesses by living that healthy lifestyle.
Members feel empowered, armored with good health inside and out.
I just started in November. I had been working out, I quit for a couple of years, but then I came back to it and found that I missed it a lot.
Corey is a registered nurse working with mothers, newborns, labor and delivery, and pediatrics. The pandemic brought on a whole new experience.
I have always been a strong person, but things were just, I was in a different place, probably more depressed, more anxious, and working out does so much for those things. You hit those endorphins and it makes you in a totally different place. And to keep coming back every day, it just makes it better.
Working out 6 to 7 days a week might sound like a lot, but it turns out that's Corey's ticket to balance.
I think it's super important just for your mental health, your physical health, your psychological health. It hits all of those things and it affects you in such an amazing way that until you try it, you don't know, but once you try it, you're stuck. And it's a good stuck.
And for anyone experiencing the bad kind of stuck, a trip to the gym might be the best escape worth considering.
And to learn more about the gym and find out how you can give them a try, you can visit fit406bootcamp.com. Continuing our coverage, the FBI is searching for a man they say is involved in a weekend shooting with the law enforcement. Last Sunday in Lodge Grass, authorities say a BIA officer suffered minor injuries in a shooting and a suspect got away. Now they're looking for 36-year-old Darnell Not Afraid. He's 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs 160 pounds. He has brown eyes and black hair with tattoos on his chest, finger, left hand, and right arm. Anyone with information is asked to call the Salt Lake City FBI office or Crow Agency's BIA dispatch number. Later this morning, the murder trial of the Laurel man accused of killing Lori Bray continues. Yesterday, prosecutors used 24-year-old Diego Hernandez's clothes as evidence they say links him to the crime. A Yellowstone County Sheriff's deputy says security footage shows Hernandez wearing light-colored pants and a hoodie when he and Bray got into a car together, the last time she was seen alive. Prosecutors showed clothes matching that description to the jury, covered in bleach stains. They claim Hernandez used it to get rid of blood, but his defense attorneys argued it was part of his normal cleaning routine. It has been a dangerous first 3 months on Montana highways. Take a look. Since January 1st, 45 people have died in 41 separate crashes. That's more than double the number of crashes at this time in 2020 and almost 3 times more than 2019. Law enforcement points to winter weather as a factor in the increase. In national news, a 21-year-old Georgia man is accused of a string of killings, possibly targeting Asians. 8 people were killed in 3 separate Atlanta spas yesterday evening. Police believe Robert Long is responsible for the shootings and he's in custody. The advocacy group Stop Asian American Pacific Islander Hate has recorded more than 3,000 incidents directed at Asian Americans since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Officers say they are still investigating to determine if this attack was racially motivated, and the motive is not yet known. President Joe Biden is speaking on issues at the southern border. As tens of thousands of people make the journey from their home countries, the president is telling them to stay home. Still, federal officials expect them to keep coming. President Biden admits relaxed policies may be contributing to the uptick in border crossings. However, he pointed to devastation in Central America from 2 hurricanes last year and the toll of the pandemic as the main culprits. Immigrants aren't just coming from Central America. The Coast Guard says they're seeing an increasing number of Cubans trying to make the dangerous and illegal journey to the U.S. Officials have recovered more Cuban migrants at sea so far in 2021 than the previous 12 months combined. Cuba has been hit hard by the impacts of COVID-19 and increased U.S. sanctions. It's also a struggle to get here legally. A State Department report says as of November, there were more than 78,000 Cubans on a waiting list for immigrant visas. Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen is one of 21 Republican attorneys general objecting to tax provisions in the newest federal relief bill. They say they are concerned about language in the bill stating federal COVID relief funds cannot be used to offset state tax reductions. They wrote a letter to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen stating the language could prohibit tax changes states were considering even before the relief bill became law. The letter mentions the proposal by Governor Greg Gianforte to cut the state's top income tax rate. Some of Montana's tribal leaders are celebrating Deb Haaland as she officially takes on the role of Interior Secretary. She's the first Native American cabinet secretary in U.S. history. Leaders with the Blackfeet tribe say it's an important step. They say they hope to see Haaland focus on building good relationships between tribes and the U.S. government.
Perhaps visiting personally or inviting tribal leaders to come see her or vice versa, her coming out to see them and giving her that list of what we would like, the wish list that all tribes have, wanting to see what the priorities are in each community, as of course education, housing, healthcare, economic development, employment opportunities, just to name a few.
Haaland said her confirmation is an important step for all Americans.